K. Okay, we can make the letter C sound like K. And let's make CB sound like shpa. So the phonemes use exampa. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. Just an alternative to IPA, but it's easy to type. So wherever it sees CB, it will replace it with shpa, and wherever it sees C, it will replace that with ka. But there's a problem here. We see that it may do the replacement in this order. It may zamenit C, and then with K, and then down here, we would need to replace KB instead. But we can simply order them this way. So the first line will be replaced, and then this line will be replaced. So let's try an example. CBA should be pronounced shpa, shpa. And CA should be pronounced ka. So we can play this text with this orange button. It's very poor speech synthesis. It doesn't sound very good. It's in development, experimentalny. So that's a little example of how we can use this program to sort of quickly create a font. We can create the letters here, save our work, make replacement rules for the graphemes, graphema, and replace the phonemes here. And then we can type anything we want here and it will appear. There are a couple of other features that may be of interest. Oh, I'll mention before we go on, in order to save the actual font file, sort of the point of all of this, we use this button here with the T. This is the actual font. So if you want to import this font into another document or put it online or something like that, now it's downloaded both files. Sorry, slow loading. Okay. So we have our font file downloaded. We only defined a few characters, but we can see that those are defined in the font file. The data file is SVG. So the data file will be SVG format. The font file is OTF format. Now, if we want to open our font at any time, we can click open, choose an SVG file to load, and now it will reload the font. When we save the font, you'll see one other icon appear, a chat. So if we want to write in this font, I'll open a second window. And we'll also open a chat in this window. So if this person copies some text, places it here, then it will also appear for this person, and this person can copy text here and write back in their font. And so, excuse me. Okay. Now, I wanted to show in the second window a little bit more. So we talked about replacements, заменить text with other text. But there's a little more we can do. Okay, so I'll open this file called shift. This is an example of using text replacement to do like sound changes. And I'll show the structure here. So we have these extra things, section and run. So what this does is it allows you to organize the replacements. And so this first section is for changing the beginning of a word. So what we have here is an underbar. This underbar shows a space. So if there's a space and a C, we replace it with a space and a K. If there's a space and QU, we replace it with a space and a K. So for instance, the Spanish word queso or K, porque, we can replace the QU with K. So for instance, now it's replaced the QU with a K, ka. Now, this next section is for removing suffixes. So some of these Latin suffixes like, I don't know, something, whatever, it will remove the us at the end. And these sections are just for doing different things with the sound changes. The program will start here at main. So we declare a section main. And then we use run for each section that we want to run. And we can reorder them easily this way. We could put this one here and this one here if we needed to run them in a different order. It's just more organized. If we needed to repeat a section many times, we can repeat it. So it just allows more control. So let's try another example. This one is called Syllable. So what this shows is that we can do some complex tasks with simply these replacements. So in this example, every second syllable is getting replaced. And also any syllables that are marked with an exclamation point are getting replaced. So if we only wanted to perform replacements in certain parts of words, we could do it this way. So it's a short program for doing this particular replacement. It's complicated. I know it's difficult to understand what all of this mess is, but what I wanted to show here was just that we can use this process for performing complex tasks. The space we talked about is represented with an underbar. At the end of a line, what we get is an underbar and this symbol. So we can, if we wanted to replace the ends of lines with something, we could do something like this. It should work. So what it did is it replaced the end of the line with this word everywhere it saw it. If we wanted to keep the end of the line as well, we could add that, we could put it back. So then it will replace at the end of every line. So all that means to show is that we can do some kind of interesting things. All right, so let's try to merge these. We can take what we created in the last example. I'm just going to copy this text. Oh, sorry. Okay. And let's paste it here in the font. Okay. Then when we save, I'm also going to take our replacement rule and let's put it somewhere here. We can put it at the start of the program, I guess. So the program will begin here. Okay, so controllers, and then we'll run that line. Okay, and then I'll save. And right now it shows text, but when we save, we should see our font appear, I hope. Deus. Okay, so now we see that it's written in our font, but then it performs replacements according to certain rules. And okay, so I know that's like very complicated. It's a lot of technical details, but I wanted to just go through that so that there's maybe you can look at it later if it's interesting. And now I just wanted to show some of the fonts that I've created with this system. I don't know how much time I have. Vika, how much time do I have?
Yeah, actually, the remaining meeting time is like 7 minutes and a half, and then we have to restart the Zoom session again. But I think that there is some time. I don't know, actually. I didn't count because I was translating.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you.
So that's okay, just show us.
All right.
Everyone is excited.
Oh, great, great, terrific. I'll show a few fonts that I created. So Cyrillic or like Latin alphabet or something like that, that's an easy alphabet, right? It's because everything is kind of spaced simply. There are no digraphs. There are no ligatures to worry about generally. So for this example, you can see that most of the letters are just characters defined one by one. Okay, well, I'll just show some of these adjustments, like if you need to see something more closely, or if you want to change the look of something, you can just play with these. So this is like Hildegard's Ignota font, and it's also fairly simple. You can see there are not many replacement rules, just a few. And now I also tried to add dictionaries where it was possible, because I thought that was a good way to sort of store information. And some other people have also asked me to make fonts, and I've made fonts, but I only kept the sort of most complete and best fonts, I think, in this drop-down menu. Another one someone asked to make that was pretty interesting was this Merlindian font. So this person chose to give a sort of like a phrase book. So if someone were visiting, they'd have useful phrases instead of a dictionary. Of course, we began with Tolkien. And there's also a dictionary here. I don't know if these are official words. These may have been also words that people made up, but anyway. I was kind of proud of this font. This is Sally Cave's Teonath. And as far as I know, this font had never been created on a computer before. So it's more complex because it has connections, it has ligatures. So I tried to represent those with arrows and to know what angle and what position it was coming from. This took more work and more thinking to try to come up with this system. So, but so now it, oops, it knows how to connect these letters. I tried to create a musical font. It was sort of difficult because there's not a lot of space. So this it shows all the characters it's possible to use, to map to directly. So in this example, a lot of it was just the same thing in different places, different spaces on the line. And this has taken lots and lots and lots of work, but this is a font that I'm trying to put on a computer, but it's very difficult. So, but like so it has very complex rules for how it's supposed to work. And as you can see, you can see how complex it's been trying to come up with these rules. So I do want to open it to questions. I know that was a lot of information in English, which is probably like very kind of confusing, but I'd love to answer any questions.
Yeah, but can we start the conference first, please? Because we have less than a minute, okay? So the link is the same, so just, yeah, let's do that again. Да, друзья, давайте, да, перезагрузим конференцию, ссылка та же, задавайте свои вопросы, если они будут на русском, я переведу. Все, ссылка та же, сейчас перезайдем.